Hey guys, Ironteeth here, and we are back in Timberborn. Um, I know our last two episodes have been pretty rough. We're lucky we survived it all, honestly. But we're not dead yet. We've still got 20 something beavers, 20, 25, 26, somewhere in that area. And you know what? We're gonna bounce back from this. Sometimes as a single player, this might be about where I would consider it not worth carrying on anymore, but I'm kind of invested in this. I put a lot of work into the recording and a lot of work into the editing of the videos I have, and I don't want to see that go to waste. So we're just gonna bear through it. We're gonna hope we come up with a victory in the end. If not, we'll go to the last beaver. So with that said, let's just go in and see what we can make happen. Alright, here we are. 27 beavers. I am going to do one thing here. I don't think we were ready for this. I'm not blaming the aquatic farm for what happened. Obviously that falls on me. And this is a hard game, so that's honestly the only thing I can say on that. We're gonna pause this forester. We're not planting any trees. Our berries aren't dying. We do need... Okay, we have a gatherer. It's gonna be the most important thing, I think. We still have some unemployed. Let's go ahead and get this playing and see if he's actually unemployed. We do only have 3 days. If we have any unemployed, I want our water built back up. Our farms are all working. We've got a healthy food surplus. I think at one time I actually had talked about putting down a large storage, and I never actually did that. Said I don't think we're necessarily capped out on storage. Oh, maybe we are. Looking, it looks like we are indeed capped out on storage. We don't have anybody building anything, but we can definitely put down a large storage, so whenever our population recovers to that point, we can get some additional storage going for food and other items. Let's just go ahead and throw that down up here. It's a little far from our food production, but not that bad. Actually, from our grilled food, it's not far at all. So yeah, we'll throw this down right up here, and we'll just see what we can do. Hopefully with the decreased demand, and it won't be that big of a deal, and on top of that, hopefully this is not nearly as difficult of a drought. That would definitely help. I want to get back up here as soon as possible. I think we're pretty invested at this point. If I were going to come back and redo this, what I might do, I don't know how difficult this would be, but what I might do is actually work towards damming off the canyon, maybe down in this area, and backflowing, because there is actually an awful lot of water storage up to 3 blocks if you dam off down here. Because if I built a dam right here, I could build that up to, see, so that's gonna raise it up to 1, 2, 3. That'd be up to here. I mean, that's an awful lot that we could get right in here, but it would have its own challenges. Of course, we'd have to move up onto these areas, or these areas we'd have to restart our farms. Potentially what I'd do at that point would actually be to resettle everyone over here, and instead of destroying all this for water storage, just build a farm down this way and probably work my way around. But I'm sure that would have its own, like I said, I'm sure that would have its own challenges from what we've done here. So we're invested, we're going to keep going, and we're going to make it happen. Or we're going to die trying. So I'll let these beavers run a little bit. Obviously we have a lot of recovery to do. So I'll see you guys here in a little bit. Okay, 17-day trout. This is not that bad. This is not that bad. We can make this work. I'm actually going to pause you. What other buildings are lacking power? Yeah, paper actually would be a necessity, now that I think about it. So we can go ahead and get the paper up and going, because we're going to need that. I did turn on our lumberjacks. So we're getting our logs, we need paper, and we need explosives. So let's leave the paper on, but let's get it some power. So this takes 80, so if we turn 2 of these on, we'll be just fine. Alright, we are getting our explosives back online. That means as soon as I have some unemployed, I am going to turn back on our distribution post, and we are going to start moving stuff back over to finish up our expansion of the dam. So we've already recovered back up to 37 population. We're making a pretty good comeback here. We're definitely going to be watching and making sure that we stay ahead. We'll be caught on our back foot this time. Does look like I need to let some water in. One other thing I was thinking about while I was sitting here, we actually probably could do quite a bit to help some of our water storage. I don't know about for our drinking water, but for our crops, we could certainly. We did this, and it does seem to help a tad. But we could actually lay down some explosives along. In fact, while I'm waiting on some of our population to recover. Yeah, we know about that building. While we're waiting for some of our population to recover, it might not be that bad of an idea. Let's go ahead. We won't detonate these until the water has returned. Oop, I was not watching close enough. Get this back in. But we're going to go ahead and throw down explosives along here and get some water storage along our crop area to keep them alive just as long as possible. We might lose a few at the edge, but ultimately the point of this is just to get enough that our beavers are able to weather the storm. Alright, we are getting some unemployed beavers again. I think I'm going to wait just a little longer, but at this current rate, I think we can move back into this district. So you can see the water has dropped down. We've still got 8 days to go. Hopefully we'll be just fine. Got plenty of food, got full water stores. I probably shouldn't do this right here, but I think we're gonna be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and detonate the dynamite, and there we go. So the hope on this is that this will keep most of my crops alive. I don't know how far over here it'll extend, but this is an emergency situation only. Only way that these things are going to empty is by evaporation. You won't be able to access it for drinking water. We're going to have to rely on our stores to keep us alive if it gets to that point. Now there is one thing I'd actually like to do. I was just noticing this. I think we over here, this is actually hurting us, not helping us, and it's not doing any good right now. I think it might be worth it to build a dam here. That'll provide us a crossing point. Well, maybe not right there, but that would provide us a crossing point for a road right here, so we could take advantage of things from over on this side. And during droughts, this will just be a pocket of water. It's not going to, we're not going to have to be refilling it every time we open the dam. That way we can concentrate our water where it's most needed. That's just something I'm noticing over here as we're running low on our water storage again. So we will still be okay. And especially I'm thinking that with the improvements we've made over here, we'll make it just fine, and I don't even think we're going to suffer very many losses. It said we do have 6 unemployed beavers. Let's migrate them back over and get our reservoir district going again. And there they go. We have 29 explosives over here. Our beavers are going to get to work right away. They've got food. They've got everything they need to finish this up. The one thing we may need to bring over is just one load of planks and logs so that they can actually build stairs down. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and set that we'll set that up here in our distribution limits. Logs. We're going to want planks. We don't need that many. Maybe just 5. Because the only thing we'll ever do at any one time is just build a single staircase. Paths are free, so we're not concerned on that end of things. And then, give me a second here. Logs, same thing. 5 logs. We don't need any more than that. And I will set up those trade routes. Well, call them trade routes, but those routes. And there we go. That should keep our beavers plenty busy. We'll get these explosives in. Yeah, it does look like we are, in fact, clawing it back, guys. Let's go ahead and reopen up our sawmill now that we're using planks. Not that we have a shortage of them, but there's no reason not to start getting all our industries back up and running. Let the last of our water in. But yeah, as you can see, we'll make it just fine. But that was also a very, very minor drought, so we lucked out that the game was nice to us. And our water's back. It is time to work like crazy. Alright. First things first, water. If we get another large drought, I want to be ready for it. Now, we put this store over here. I think that is a perfectly fine thing for some additional water pumping. We've also got over here, so one or the other. I think we're going to go ahead and tear down these pines and expand into that space. Well, maybe first let's just see what they can handle. Go ahead and throw in our new water tank. You know what, we'll just tuck it up back here in the corner right here. Get that coming. Run a road out. Maybe getting a little crowded, but actually I really dislike that look. Let's go ahead and we'll run it right here and leave that space empty. There we go. Got a large water tank. And then I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put in another. We can either do another 3 of these, or maybe we could run. I've never done this before, but we do have other water buildings. I don't think a water dump is a good idea. No, I don't want to do the mechanical pump. I need I just need a deep water pump. I need to get us more water coming so that we're making sure we have plenty. So let's go ahead and throw down one here. Yeah, we'll just throw another 3 right along in here. And once that's finished, if we are able to keep all these tanks full, which I'm hopeful, I'm probably just going to build a 3rd one and put that one, heck, right here even looks pretty decent, not using that space for anything else. And we are just going to make sure that we never run out of water, or at the very least that we are better prepared to handle the next drought. So let's go ahead, throw in our large water tank. Right here. Next thing is honestly probably going to be expanding our farms. These berry bushes have served us well. I think it's time to tear them out. Let's get ourselves a wheat farm. Let's get some of that nice bread coming. So first things first, get rid of these. Get rid of the bushes. Get rid of the bushes, get rid of the trees. Sad as it may be, it is the end of an era. It does seem like our beavers are maxed out, so we'll probably put down another pair of farmhouses up here. But I'll plan that out in a minute. I'll bring you guys back when they've got these things cleared out. Alright, next drought coming up. We have our pumps built, they're all working full speed. We have enough unemployed. I'm going to turn our hauling station back on. I want our guys working as much at their production jobs as possible. I don't want them taking time out to run and take things to storage. So we have expanded a lot further on our water storage. And our beavers here have been working quite hard to get the explosives ready. So we will have a little bit more to go there. Now that we're getting to this point, I guess I should have done that. But we're going to go ahead and change up. Well, I did not notice this. We have a few stragglers. We'll go ahead and bump up our priority to this half. And when the beavers go to sleep tonight, we will explode this, and that'll do. That'll be what we have for storage for now. But that said, this is a lot of progress. I'm pretty happy with what they've been able to accomplish. Got a ton of carrots, got a few potatoes. What I am leaning towards, even, is we may tear out all of this, plant this all as potatoes, because we seem to be more than capable of keeping up with what we have here. If we start building up a surplus of raw potatoes, I'll go ahead and turn this building back on as a second potato grill. And then we will plant wheat. Probably, I may turn the rest of this into potatoes and plant wheat. I think our farms can go down in here, and our wheat can come in these areas, build some stairs up to here, and go from there. Just because I enjoy watching these things with you, let's go ahead and detonate. Get that filled up, and here comes the drought. We have just shy of 1,000 water stored and over 1,400 food. So we are looking good, but let's see how bad this drought is. 23 days. So that's not good. That said, we're about as ready as we can be. Let's go ahead and demolish this road here. Probably just back to here. Yep, and we will throw some dynamite in there and detonate that back. I think I'm going to go ahead and tear these out as well. But obviously this really doesn't matter. We have plenty of lumber coming out of here. Our log stores are clear full, basically. So there's not a big concern there. 360. So in fact, we're actually storing logs in some of our other buildings. Yeah, it looks like we've got enough unemployed. Let's go ahead and get the rest of our stuff back on. And no, our grill is keeping up plenty fast with our potatoes. If anything, our real problem is that we don't have sufficient grillers to keep up with the demand on them. But we do have 120 stored, so obviously even there we're not doing bad. All right, we're gonna go ahead and throw down some small warehouses like so, and like, oh, I almost did it again. Actually, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do like so and like so. And what we'll do is put our farmhouses right here and here. Now this one will be the easy one. Throw down a platform here and stairs right here, and off we go to the races. This one, on the other hand, we'll have to just tear out some of this spatter dock and put down a double platform with stairs. And this will be dedicated storage. I'll come back in a moment. Our water level is getting a bit low. Let's go ahead and fill it up just a tad. Just keep an eye on this. Make sure we don't have too much. Just fill it up just until it's about... Yeah, that works for me. We'll just tap our water reserves bit by bit. We do, thankfully, because of all this expansion, have a fair bit more. Though I'll be much happier when that runs all the way down to the base level and we expand over into this side. But even just getting this, I think will help us through even the worst of droughts. Let's go ahead on these farmhouses. Let's get them laid out. We actually have quite a few potatoes. I think we're just going to go ahead and throw down the rest of this area as wheat. These don't have any priorities. We're going to put this to wheat and harvesting. Once they finish building this one, we'll set it to wheat and planting. And as for crops, we'll go ahead and get those down right now. It will set to planting and prioritizing wheat. Alright. With that said, I think that's where we're going to call it. I'll finish setting up these stores, probably off camera, but if you like what you're seeing, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.